Well, hello. How is everybody on this fine evening? Sorry for the delay, but I had to get a few things in order. So I wasn't right on screen right away, and I apologize for that. But I am here. Sorry for the delay. About to get started on this stuff. This is going to be a mix of, just the usual yammering, and then on top of that, some unboxing. Now I got a surprise here too. There's I ordered this a couple days ago. What do you know? It's here in a couple dang days. There's a sale from on a Dynam. I don't have many beginner planes anymore, but I figured I'd get a beginner plane just to have on hand so somebody could learn to fly if they wanted to. And Dynam had a sale on the SR22 for 160. What was it? 169. And then I got a discount, so it ended up coming out to 160 shipped. And the thing got here in a couple days. So I'm not going to unbox that today, but there is a new plane that showed up today. Good to see. And I got some other goodies that I'm going to unbox today too, because I saw some things that were good deals, and I'm like, what the heck? Let me buy some stuff and add to the things, and I'm going to do a little bit of innovation here too. I'm not going to do that on the stream, but I'll at least show you some of the stuff that I got and what I plan to do with the stuff that I got. So anyway, I was saying howdy to everyone, and thanks to you to those of you that are here. Let's check in the chat to see how many people have shown. There were some people chatting before the stream started, so thank you very much for doing that. Jack78, what is up with you? Oliver Exploits, howdy, good to see you. I don't know who that is exactly, but thanks for being here, Oliver. Much appreciated. Big Chris, what's up with you, my friend? Craig Bevan, howdy. Let's see, who else? Paul McNeil, what's happening with you? Thanks for being here. Tim Toutant, glad to see you, and we'll talk about the stuff you guys are talking about in the chat here in a minute. Just want to make sure I say what's up to everyone. Mr. Victor Shamulus, Victor RC Jets, what's up? He's here too. I see 12 people in the room. Be sure to hit that like while you're here. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that goodness. The channel is growing. It sat stagnant for a long time, but now I'm actually actively doing things regularly, trying to get it to grow, and it has grown quite a bit. We are almost 3,000 subs, which is good. I haven't done all the same things that a lot of people do with the usual stuff, but I still do this hobby for fun more than anything, and I'm liking to share that with you guys. But I'm going to be pushing out more videos. I've got way too many videos to not share, shorts and such, so I'm going to be doing lots of that. Dynamic Deans RC, so all of our exploits. What are you talking about? What is that? But thanks for being here. I see that you might be new. I don't know if you've been on here before, but I do appreciate you being here. Thank you. JCB67, what's up? MC Redtail Flyer, what's up with you as well? But yeah, thanks to you guys for being here. Not going to be crazy long, but it is going to be a good stream. And wow, Tim Toutant, I haven't seen you in a while. Actually, I'm glad to see that you're here. There are some health issues going on last time, but I do appreciate you sending that. We have lots of sun here. It was 76 degrees. Actually, more than that. It's 76 degrees now. So it's been very, very, very good weather here, and it's just going to keep getting warmer. But thanks to you, Tim Toutant. Very much appreciated. Glad to see you're doing okay. And the A10. Yes, the A10 is coming. Looks like MotionRC just debuted the new A10, and it looks really good. So I may as well get into that because I haven't done this segment in a while. But what's new in RC since we last talked? So the A10 from Freewing has come out. It's not MotionRC, it's from Freewing. MotionRC just sells it, but MotionRC is selling the new Freewing 80mm A10, and they've got all these different options to it. You can get it in R plus and a PNP, and then another version with a gyro. So They both sell in 9-blade and 12-blade. Outrunner and Inrunner, which is cool. It's got all these different cool lights and other stuff. There have been some good sales going on. Dynam has had a good sale. You know, everybody bags on Dynam. Dynam is not that bad of a brand. It just requires actual skill to know how to put them together. So you have to know what you're doing, and when you get Dynam planes flying, they fly incredible. I have 2 Dynam planes that I've had for over 10 years apiece, and they are excellent planes. You just have to know what to do. But Dynam had a good sale. There's new planes from Freewing, which I just talked about. We've had the SR-71 was one of them, and then also this brand new, just as of recent, the A10. So there's still stuff going on. Unfortunately, there could be some price hikes coming. I don't see that happening right away, but it could happen. Oliver, what you said, why not? I'll say it for the hell of it. Give a shout out to Dynamic Deans RC, and that's he and his dad's channel. But thanks for being here, guys, and thank you for saying that. And take a look at his channel. I'm not the kind that only wants it to be all about me. So it's great to see that there's still people into this, hobby just for fun, and not trying to do the whole influencer curse thing where everybody's all, oh, well, influence this, influence that. I'm not about that. If you notice, anything that I do is going to be a combination of everything from everyone, a conglomerate of all the different things out there. So a Hobby King plane is going to have a mix of a lot of different things. It's not just going to be all Hobby King. Ken A, what's up? Hanger 51, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Glad to see you in the chat. And glad to see everyone. So, like I said, what's new in RC? If there's anything new that you guys wanted to talk about, bring it on up. But from what I see, there's 2 people in the chat right now that are getting the new A10. This A10 looks really good. I had the FMS A10, which I loved. I sold it just because it was time to get something new, and I kind of regretted it after I sold it. But looks like we are most likely going to be getting a kit plus and putting everything together, because I've got all the parts here at home. Lionel Randall, what is up? How are you? Good to see you on here. Yeah, so there's lots of cool stuff coming out. FMS is having a really good sale. You have to look both places. So if you look at Fair RC, they've got some sales and good things. And then you go to actual FMS, and they have some good things on sale. Sales aren't the same, but they're all having different sales. So if you're looking for some deals, go ahead and get it. I'm probably going to splurge on one more. I've still got so many planes. Yeah, I added another plane in a box. But the Dynam stuff, they actually improved with how they've been doing things. So they're that should be quite a bit better. I've flown the older SR-22, and a friend of mine put one together and had me fly it for him. And it took a lot of work to get right. And it worked great. They just, they take a little bit. That's right, C-17. I see that too. They just take a little bit of work. And if you put that little bit of work, it totally pays off. Another plane that I forgot to mention, which is actually kind of cool. Excuse me. I'm a little tired. It was a busy day. The new quad EDF, 40 millimeter EDF, X-Fly C-17, which is kind of cool. Seeing anything with 4 engines is cool. So, yeah, that's coming out too. Thanks for that, Tim Toutant. I know what you mean by C-17, not C-117. But yeah, Tim Toutant is right. That's coming out. Looking forward to that. It actually might be something that I get just because it's just cool. So it could be cool. And yeah, I'm just glad to see something different instead of the usual stuff, instead of all the new old stuff that's coming out as things that have been out before, but they're remarketing it's not that big a deal. I get it's a safe thing to do as far as business goes, but for actual enthusiasts, it's a little disappointing because you don't want to see the same old thing all the time. But this is a cool time to be in RC, especially if you're into it just for fun. There's a lot of stuff coming out that is not crazy expensive, but stuff you can still enjoy and enjoy the hobby with and have fun. That's the plan for me. Sure, I have a little business I do on the side, which is still doing okay. But if you want to enjoy yourself and not go crazy and just have fun, there are things you can still do and still spend your money on without breaking the bank. Lionel Randall, good to see that. Yeah, I love FNRC. Everybody that's trying to be the first and the biggest, baddest, best, whatever, they get mad at FNRC because they always drop things. They're from China. They can do whatever the hell they want. So they dropped a video of the Fly Fans J20. Speaking of Fly Fans, that's Fly Fans, and I'll have that thing on a video getting its maiden flight here pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Somebody other than, the cheese riddled, but it's good to see that the Fly Fans J20 is getting some airplay because it's been delayed for a while. But let's see what happens with that. There's a couple turbine J20s, which has been cool. What else is going on? But Shadow, thanks for being here. That may not have thrown out a notification. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. On some of my videos, I don't have it go out to all of my subscribers because it knocks the videos down in the views category. But I only do that with shorts, where I won't have it sent out. It will make its way to you guys eventually, but I don't do it that way just because I want it to get out a little more. But so I don't think there's a whole lot more that's coming out for RC. So I'll show you guys. As I was saying, Hobby King had some stuff that came out that was pretty cool and kind of caught me off guard. But when I saw it, I had to have it. So you know what? Let's get that banner gone and let's just start opening up the stuff. I'm not going to open up the SR22. I'm going to save that for this weekend. But we got this box from Hobby King. So they had a flash sale. I think it's still going on. I don't know. And they had some really killer deals. And I'm like, you know what? Those are too good to pass up. They are in the USA warehouse. There's no reason why I should not partake in this wonderful flash sale that they're having. So I saw stuff in there and I'm like, you know what? I need to jump on this. I need to do something about it now. That's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, I have the little 50 millimeter F16 from Hobby King, and they had this thing on sale for under $5. So I'm like, you know what? You could always use a spare canopy. Why not get one? So that's one of the things I got. They packaged it fairly well in here. So at one point in time, Hobby King was selling X-Fly. So they had X-Fly stuff on sale. And this is for a plane that I've gotten and still haven't flown yet. The Alpha Jet, 80 millimeter Alpha Jet from X-Fly. They had these on sale for stupid cheap. I'm like, you're always going to need gear doors. You never know when something's going to happen. So I got that. And then they had something that I rarely use. I'm not going to use it in a plane, but I am going to use it for either my discharger or for my charger. They had some adapters. So they had some EC5 to Dean's adapters. I will not use this in an actual plane that flies because I don't believe these things are worthy of me putting in the air just to have them go bad. I mean, low amp draw, maybe, but I only get adapters for charging or doing something on the ground. But I did get adapters. That was a good deal. This was under $5 as well. So not for flying, because these things break too easily. But that's what I got there. Let's see. So that's pretty much the small stuff from Hobby King. But Hobby King had something that was, I'm surprised they had it. But it was totally worth it. So they had a Turnigy heavy duty battery that actually came with the connector. So it's got the what is this, XT90 spark arresting XT90, which is really cool. And then they also had the EC5 connector. This is all included, and that came with something that I was not expecting Hobby King to do. It's wrapped up completely, and the connector will need to be soldered on. But I've always had really good luck with Turnigy heavy duty packs. I have yet to have one actually fail on me. They have puffed a little bit. It's fine, but check this out. Just by looking at this, can you tell? This is an actual 8S pack that came from Turnigy, and it is a Turnigy heavy duty 4,000 milliamp 8S battery. So this is pretty dang awesome. This was too good of a deal to pass out. Now this is the crazy thing. This battery was only $44. And this is from a known chemistry, a known company. Turnigy heavy duties, they might be a little on the heavy side for some people, which is fine, but they're very good, reliable packs. So now, since I'm doing 7 and 8S, I've got something that I can use without having to use adapters. Just use one single connector and have an 8S pack. So this will probably be either for my Eurofighter or for some other project that I might be working on that's going to be an 8S. And since it's a single 8S pack, that just makes things so much easier. And like I said, this was only $44 from a known company that knows, you know, they're not the absolute bestest batteries. Sure, there's a lot of other batteries that might be put out more, that might be lighter, but they're also more expensive. So if you're just doing this for fun and not doing this to waggle your phallus around, this is what you'd get, something that you know is reliable, something that works. So yeah, another 8S pack. I've got a few 7S and a few 8S packs that will be getting some use. So that is my Hobby King exploration. It's too good of deal. Those deals are too good to pass up. This box was reasonably cheap, so I got all those things without having to break the dang bank, which is pretty dang awesome. So that's one, you know, nothing super crazy and overly extravagant, but there's another box of some stuff, and I'm, you know, this is from MotionRC. The other side has my address and all that on it, so I'm not going to show that side, but we are going to open this up too, and I'll take a look and see what I got here. I'm just opening these now. I haven't opened these yet. This is my first time actually slicing into the tape, and this will just give you a little bit of an idea as to what's going to be going on. So as usual, they send their stuff over, these things with all their new whatever ship packing list. They actually packed it fairly well, but I am going to be, what all did I get? I don't even remember what I got. Oh, there we go. So as most of you know, my F-15 is my oldest 90 millimeter plane. So as a result of that, it's got older components. that will need some replacing. The ones that I broke the most, that I broke last, were these little things on the vertical stabilizers. I broke this one, the small one. So they had these things on at a decent price. So I said, why not? Can never have enough of those little things that always break. These wingtip things are always scraping on the ground, so they always end up breaking. The one thing I couldn't get, which I really need, is the nose cone. So I was not able to get the nose cone, but I did get 2 of these for the vertical stabilizers and 2 sets of the wingtip. The light covers. But something that I know you guys have been, oh, sheesh, that's not good. That people have been watching. My F15 has become my new favorite again, simply because of making a couple changes to the plane that was not, just making a couple changes that needed to be made. One of which is with the F15. I'm going to open this too. They spent a lot of time making the nozzles on the plane scale. So the engine that comes in the real F15 has this nozzle with all these cool little things on the side, these actuators, and for when it opens and closes. Now, the downside to the F15 that Freewing sells is that this nozzle comes as if the plane were at idle, which means that this is at its largest, which is not a good thing, because that means you're not going to be getting the amount of thrust and performance out of there that you should. So I'm going to be, I bought a few of these, going to be taking these things and doing some experimenting to see if there is a way to make this be more like what it's like when the plane is actually moving along, after full afterburner or full idle is what this configuration is. And I'm going to try to figure out some way to make that different. So I got a few of these nozzles so that I can mess with them and figure out a way to make them a little bit more, make the flight performance better, if I can put it that way. Because going around, like, you have to have an actual afterburner for a big nozzle to work, and it's an EDF. There is no, you have an LED afterburner. Sure, that looks great, but that's not going to help with performance. So I'm going to be fiddling around with some of this stuff, trying to figure out ways to make it work. So I got a few of these so that I can try to make some changes, because I was able to get the nozzles for from the F18 thanks to Spencer Keith helping me with that. And I put it on my plane and it flies incredible. But there has to be a way that you can do that with some of the stuff that you get, because you can't buy the, there's no way to buy the F18 nozzles without having the whole, F18 fuse. So there's no way to make it. There are other solutions that I'm working on to see if there's ways to make it happen, but I want to use these to start and see if there's ways to make it work, because the way my plane flies right now, it's absolutely incredible. It's never flown that well. Even when I had the crazy high amp setups, I've even seen people with 8 and 10S. It's never flown like this. It flew better on 6S than a lot of the planes do on 8S. And when it's on 7S, it flies better than anything that I've seen from a foamy F15. So I hope that wasn't all super crazy, but like I had something to unbox. I don't have time to unbox this, but I do have the Dynam SR22, and maybe I'll just do a separate video for that. Because this is their is it the V2? It's a new version of the SR22. And should be good. But like I said, I don't want to be picky with what it is that I'm doing. and only sticking to one style of RC flight. I want it to be where I do a little bit of everything. So that's why I have chosen to get the SR22 from Dynam. I have an E-Flight Commander. I have the Hobby King Yak 11 Steadfast. I have a few other planes that are just, people call me the EDF guy, but I'm going to mix it up. I've got a couple of new EDFs, the FMS 80 millimeter F86, which I still have not flown yet. The 80 millimeter X-Fly Alpha Jet. I've got all these new planes that need to go up. I even have the freaking 64 millimeter F14 Tomcat that I haven't flown yet. I put that together, but haven't flown it. So I got to get caught up, and I'm going to do that. But I also want to, I'm always messing with something and, doing something with EDFs. So, or just coming up with different ways to do things. So with the Hobby King plane, I'm going to make it an actual true racer and make it fast. I have motors I can experiment with. I have different propeller combos that I'm tempted to try as well. I used to hand launch planes that size, and get them to go fast. So I'm going to be doing a lot of the stuff that I used to do, as well as sticking to some of the things that I have always liked to do. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. And yes, as Shadow was saying, there's just a little bit more fiddling involved. If you know what you're doing, no big deal. I have a Dynam Sky Trainer is what they call it, but it's a Cessna, and all the servos are original in that thing. They've lasted that long. Some of them feel a little funky. I think I eventually changed the flap servos. But the Dynam servos have been good. Same thing. The one that's really surprising was the Dynam B. Every one of those servos are stock, and the plane has never skipped a beat. I've never had to change anything in that plane. And I've flown it a lot. I haven't flown it much recently, but I still have flown it a lot. And yes, as he said, Dynams are usually pretty light too. They are. And it requires some reinforcement in some areas for some, but it can be done. And it's definitely worth it in the end. But this was going to be a crazy long stream or something that was all long and drawn out. But I did want to show you guys a little bit about what's going on and give a little bit of a heads up as to what's going to be coming from here on out. Those of you that are subscribed, be on the lookout for the shorts. I've been doing lots of shorts of videos from the past. Victor, I did some stuff from down at Apollo from the F-104 back in the days. The F-104 is going to be getting a lot more attention as well. I have parts for that. I have all the gear and all the gear doors that are going to be going back on that plane. So there's lots more stuff coming, not to mention all the other goodies that I still haven't shown to anybody yet, but that stuff's coming too, for the Warbirds and for some other stuff. So stay tuned. I'm not going to, like I said, this is going to be too long and drawn out. I've already been going for 35 minutes, and it's probably about as much as we're going to do today, just because it's too nice of a day to be stuck inside. It's still nice outside. I have a game that I wanted to watch and wanted to get started on some RC stuff while I'm looking at the game. So that's going to pretty much be it for today. If the weather permits, I do plan on flying this weekend, if I can, and I will share those videos with you when I do. I think they have a maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I took a break, but I'm still into RC. I'm still going to be doing it. Still going to have fun. We're getting warm here. We had rain off and on. Doesn't look like we have any rain in the forecast now, but we're probably going to be in the 80s by this weekend. Let me see what it says. because I know we were in the 80s today here at work. It was over 80 degrees. Let's see. It's actually going to be perfect. So Sunday is going to be the warmest at 79 degrees, but we're 70s all the rest of this week into next week. So that's perfect. And at my flying field, let me see what the weather is there. Yeah, weather's good there too. So Sunday is going to be in the 80s, low 80s, but weather's coming back, which means I got to get out there and burn some electrons. And sorry to hear that, Victor, but mine is okay. The only issue that I had was the ESC had that weird slow start. So there was sync, and I had dropped the throttle to get it to come down a little more. And I had put the throttle back in, but it ramped up slowly, and the sync smacked the plane into the ground. Blech. So the gear got ripped out, and it scratched up the bottom, but it's mainly just the gear. So it'll be back. Hope I didn't mess up any of the servos in there too on the gear doors. But I'll get that thing back together and get it back up in the air. I have a fan that I wanted to use in there too that I hadn't used. So that's pretty much it. Wiggle fingers, looks like you're already getting 100-degree weather. That's too much for me. No, thank you. I like to be where it's around 70. Anywhere from 60 to 70 degrees is what I prefer. Anything over 80 starts getting uncomfortable. But California weather, where we are, you can get away with that. But enjoy it while you got it. I know it's cool in the mornings there, which is cool. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the support. We are almost to 3,000 subs, so I will be doing a giveaway when we get to 3,000. So let people know about the channel, see if we can push through to 3,000. And once we get to 3,000, all of those of you in the chat here with wrenches, you guys will be automatically entered into a giveaway. So let your friends know. Those of you that I think I'll give people another chance to become get the wrench so they can be included in a giveaway coming up. But it's going to be customer appreciation, so everybody needs to go. Let everybody know about the channel if you can. I'm trying to help everyone in RC as much as I can, like I used to, and get this channel to grow some more. So that's going to be it. And thanks to all of you that have been supporting me from the beginning and who are new supporters and so forth and so on, because the channel is growing like crazy. But I do appreciate you guys, and thank you very much. Catch you next time.